I know a guy got the best scam, dude. I hate to put his scam out there, but what he does, he's a white guy, but he's really from the streets. Like, he'll be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we used to be robbing people coming up. And he
Yeah.
keeps, like, a little 25 on him in Times Square. And, dude, he's, like, legit, like, he scams people so hard, dude. This is the best. I told you some scams.
Yeah.
This is by far the best scam. I don't know if I've ever told you this. He's a friend of mine. And, actually, you even met him. You've seen him once in Times Square.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And, dude, so he goes to these places and he acts gay. He's white and he acts real gay, he told me.
Wait, what places?
He goes to apartments to move in.
Yeah.
Nice apartments like Williamsburg and things like that. And he acts extremely gay. And he said he fakes it and calls his dad. He'll be like, yeah, daddy, this place is really nice. And he's just calling one of his other hood friends.
Oh, wow.
And he's like really acting gay. He said he'll wear the short shorts and everything. And he'll be like, oh my God, I love it, the decor.
Wow.
And dude, he's walking around and he goes, and they see I'm white and gay and I'm calling my dad. And I could tell I really got him. And he's like, I'll really get him. And he's like, I'll tell him, yeah. He's like, all you got to do is move in. And he's like, they'll cut you deals. Be like, he's like, sometimes maybe I'll drop $1,200 just to move in the place. I'll give them.
Yep.
And he's like, or I'll even just get my foot in the door and I'll tell him, oh yeah, no, my father's sending a check, and then he'll have like a BS check sent that there's no money on it. That'll bounce or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're already in 3 weeks by the time they know the check didn't clear.
Right.
And then he's like, then you don't move out. Or he's like, honestly, he's like, if you could just pay the first month's rent and security, you're good.
It's just squatters' rights from that point.
And then he goes, what I'll do is I'll start talking to the other people. I cut that gay stuff out, and I'll start being real street and scaring them. And he goes, all these rich white kids in Williamsburg. He does it a lot in Williamsburg, Lower East Side.
Yeah.
And he's like, these rich, because those Williamsburg apartments are owned by crooked people anyway. They're taking cash, bro.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll start acting real hood. And he's like, I'll get all these little white people scared and I'll get them to move out. I'll be telling them, yeah, man, you got to look out. There's black mold. You don't want to breathe that in. He's like, I'll even take a little bit of black spray paint and hit a couple pipes and show him. Be like, bro, he's like, now I'll show him on the phone all the troubles of black mold. He goes, they all move out. I'll have the whole place to myself. And then he goes, I had one guy, he told me he did it Lower East Side, and he had a Chinese guy, physically trying to fight him. He had to get it on tape.
Wow.
And the guy was like trying to kick him out. He's like, they'll padlock the door and shit. He goes, it's funny, I'll go in through the window or something. And he's like, I'll always get back in, and he's telling me.
Wait, so what's the scam then?
So what these people do is, because of squatter rights, now these people have an apartment with nobody living there.
Yeah.
And this guy won't allow anybody moves in. He's messing it up for him.
Right.
The first 3 days there. So then he'll tell them, look, man, you want to get me out of here. Things aren't right for me right now. He changes it up, goes real straight on him. Like, comes in like, oh, my God. And, he goes, look, it's more beneficial if you just pay me. Just pay me $2,500 and I'll leave next week because I'm in a messed up place. And you can move people in and you'll make your money back.
Wow.
And then they pay him. He's like, it works every time. And he doesn't even just do it at one place. He'll hit 3 or 4 in 1 month.
He's just got multiple apartments. Wow.
He'll just go to all these apartments. And, dude, he's bouncing the check. He's like, yeah, you're right. He was telling me something about a check somehow where it would take a couple weeks to clear. I don't know what that is.
It's like a small bank or something?
Maybe.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, he goes, personal check or something.
Wow.
And then he's like, and then.
What's funny, too, I think we've talked about this guy before. I think you pointed him out to me. This guy is doing all this and he's working.
Yeah. And he's working cash.
During the day, he is hustling. I won't say what he's doing, but he is really hustling during the day and doing a semi-legit job during the day.
Yeah, but he don't really come out till midnight. He starts working when the night's over.
But just think about those guys, too. I mean, that guy's life is, I wake up in the morning, I do this hustle, go to the next place, do this hustle. Then at night, I go out and I do this other thing. So it's like that guy's It's not like he's just chilling.
And he's got kids.
These guys, exactly. These guys are like, there's just a million plates that are spinning at the same time. So it's like at some point, this shit all falls apart for him. And he's like, oh, I got to undo all 10 of my scams at once.
I think you were there that night that I told him. He's like, I need to buy diapers. I'm like, well, there's this app job called TaskRabbit. Were you there? He's like, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, right.
I need to come up right now. He started punching the window.